Alright YouTube, what's up? Fuel Up 727 back at you guys with another video. So today we are getting more into the tuning aspect of what I do, work on cars. So as y'all know, I have a 2014 Dodge Ram. I've tuned myself. I've used obviously HP tuners. This is the software. I also have taken the tuning school courses for Dodge engines and transmissions, so I'm still a beginner, but I have knowledge and I know what to do for certain things. But I just wanted to bring this to you guys because I know there's not a lot of support for like what to do or what you gotta look for when it comes to tuning on these Dodges and Rams. So I'm just basically just gonna show you a general go through of the file and what some things you need to change whenever you're doing certain things, if that makes any sense. So just bear with me, this is my first time screen recording too, so we'll see how it goes. So then we have our idle tab. So right here at 3 miles per hour, it's technically considered stop, so it's going to go back to an idle function. Here's the RPM tables. The low right here, this is your base. Obviously it says it right there, base. But this is what you're going to want to change. Let's say cam swap, or yeah, pretty much a cam swap, or if you want to hire idle or anything like that, change this and then change the base, transmission base, automatic transmission, and then I don't believe temperature based changes anything. No, it doesn't. So none of these do anything. And then here's your rolling, pretty much if you're like slowly moving. And then climate control, and then your minimum set point, make it all the same. That's the lowest your idle should go. And I know that was a bunch of rambling, but that's pretty much the general idea for these idle tables. Is just make sure it's all the same RPM, so you can have a steady idle and no fluctuations for certain things. And then we got our airflow. You got your proportional for drive, park, your derivative for park and drive, and then where's it at? You got your integral, park and drive. Then we have our airflow tables. So this is pretty much a map side, your barometric pressure, manifold pressure ratio, and desired airflow. So I'm gonna the reason why we have the map disabled but our barometric pressure is enabled is because they use the same sensor. So you have to enable this and then disable this. But here's the characteristics. You know, don't need to mess with this at all. The only thing you'd have to mess with for the map is either enabling it or disabling it. Your barometric pressure is used for the neural network, and I'll get into that later on under the airflow tab. So learning, that's a part of the neural network too. And then your limits, max airflow. So this is how much or how much air it's gonna say is allowed, or pretty much, yeah, a limit. This is how much airflow at max can enter the intake, and it's in pounds an hour. I think it's in pounds. Your manifold temp, you don't really need to mess with this. It's just intake air temp versus mass airflow. yeah, nothing really you need to mess with here. Pressure ratio. This is your, um, yeah, you don't really need to mess with this either. It says maximum value of turbo pressure ratio defined as a map over throttle inlet pressure. So it's map versus inlet of the pressure of air coming in. And your desired airflow on startup. So these numbers are airflows um, of reading how much air is coming into the engine to start up. And if these are off or cammed or anything like that, you're going to be messing with these tables. Bigger throttle body, you're going to be messing with these tables. It's engine coolant temp versus alcohol consumption. So 5%, 10, 20. So yeah, just depending on that or what mods you have, you're going to be using that. And that's it for the general under airflow. Speed density. So speed density, you have your manifold volume, that's how much air, well here they have it in liters, but how many liters that intake can hold. I'm assuming of air too, so. And then you got your volumetric efficiency, these are VE limits. And then your electric throttle, this is the airflow versus throttle volts. And then ramp rate, this is pretty much how fast your throttle is going to be coming in. And then max demanded throttle. And then you got small range, big range. Then your adaptation. And then this is what I was talking about, your short runner valve. That's what it's called. Then you got your, and then pressure control. You really don't need to do anything with this. And then here's your neural network. Here's the master switch to disable and enable it. And this is something so complex and so disorienting to look at for long periods of time. Then we got exhaust. I don't have an EGR, so I don't need this. Catalyst model, you don't need to mess with this at all. And then we got your fueling. This is fuel air ratio stoic. So this number right here equals 14.6 or 7. And then you got your pulse width, injector pulse width. Jeez, tongue twister for me. You got your fuel mass and injector pulse width. Your startup, your limits, and your offset. Startup injector pulse width. Your oxygen sensors. Closed loop fuel trims, pretty much just parameters on what the fuel trims are using to calculate the trims themselves. And closed loop enable for your oxygen sensors, everything it's going to read to get the feedback it needs while in closed loop. Now this table, if you're doing long tube headers, cat deletes, or anything like that, these are what you're going to be messing with. And then this is stuff I mess with. Your power enrichment. So right here, wide open pedal thresh. Pretty much this is when it's going to request your fueling to be wide open throttle. power enrichment. Enrichment rate. Temperature control, your cap protection, your component protection. Then your cutoff or DFCO, the acceleration fuel cutoff, RPM limits, and then here's your MDS system. Multi-displacement system where the engine you obviously have a V8 and it cuts down to 4 cylinders. Then we have your spark, part throttle, And then you got your wide open throttle base, your lock pin, and then your base thermal. And then you got your MBT, which is how the max spark that can be used. So you don't really mess with this other than if you're cammed on these trucks. Um, and then you got your minimum. And then for throttle response, so for a quick throttle response, you go to spark, you go to advance, and then you go to here. You zero it all out. You zero it all out, and then here's your torque management for the engine side, and then your driver demand. I just wanted to show you guys, because I'm going to start showing more tuning videos, and this is just like a basic overview of a jtec. I think this is a regular jtec 2 PCM. Just an overview. I like tuning. I never used to be into tuning, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. Comment down below. I'm really interested in hearing your guys' feedback on the tuning stuff. Like I said, comment down what you want to see done, or any tricks, tips, anything like that that I may know of, you guys want to know about. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment. That's all I got for you guys. So I'll see you guys next time.